The vast plains of Oklahoma stretched out like an endless canvas, painted in shades of gold and green under the relentless sun. Willow Creek was a speck on that canvas, a small town where everyone knew everyone's business, and secrets were as rare as rain in July. Evelyn Harper, at 68 years old, had lived there her entire life. Her 5-acre plot, inherited from her late husband Earl, was her world. A humble farmhouse with a sagging porch, a barn that had seen better days, and a garden where she coaxed tomatoes and herbs from the dry soil. It wasn't much, but it was home, a refuge from the storms of life that had battered her more than any tornado. Evelyn's days followed a rhythm as steady as the pump jacks dotting the horizon. She woke before dawn, the darkness her companion. The kitchen came alive with the clatter of bowls and the scent of flour. Baking was her salvation, her livelihood, her therapy. She'd knead dough for pies, the motion soothing the ache in her arthritic hands. Apple pies with cinnamon-laced filling, pecan pies sticky with caramel, blueberry muffins bursting with fruit. These were her creations, sold at the Willow Creek Farmers Market every weekend. It wasn't easy work, loading the old Ford pickup with baskets, driving the bumpy roads, setting up the stall under a faded canopy. But it paid the bills, barely, and kept the loneliness at bay. "Another batch of heaven, Evie," Mrs. Jenkins would call from her jam stall, her voice crackling with age. At 72, she was Evelyn's closest friend, a widow like her, with stories of her own ungrateful children. "I can't stop breathing." "Always," Evelyn would reply, forcing a smile. They'd share coffee, talking about the weather, the price of sugar, and the beeper pains they carried. "My boy called last week," Mrs. Jenkins said once, her eyes distant. "Needed money for his divorce. First word in 6 months." Evelyn nodded, her heart twinging. They remember when they need. Her own pain ran deeper, a wound that never fully healed. 12 years ago, her daughter Leela erased her from her life. Leela, her only child, born after years of heartbreak and miscarriages. Evelyn and Earl had doted on her, sacrificing for her education, her dreams. When Earl died of a heart attack at 55, leaving them with debts and grief, Evelyn clung to Leela like a lifeline. They baked together, laughed over old photos, promised to always be there for each other. Then Travis entered the picture. A real estate developer with a charming smile and eyes that calculated everything. They met at a seminar in Tulsa, married in a lavish ceremony Evelyn helped fund by selling some of Earl's tools. At first, Travis was polite, calling her Mom with a wink, praising her casseroles. But cracks appeared as their lifestyle ballooned. A big house in Tulsa's upscale neighborhood, luxury cars, vacations to the Bahamas. Evelyn, seeing the red flags, spoke up during a family dinner. "You're living on credit, dear. What about saving for the future, for kids?" Travis laughed it off. "Times have changed, Evelyn. You gotta spend money to make money." But his eyes were cold. Leela, eager to please her new husband, defended him. "Mom, we're fine. Travis knows what he's doing." The distancing began subtly. Calls went to voicemail, visits were canceled, work emergency, or the flu. When Leela announced her pregnancy with Ethan, Evelyn was overjoyed, knitting blankets and dreaming of spoiling her grandchild. But the baby shower was girls only, no mothers-in-law. Evelyn sent gifts anyway, a handmade quilt with Leela's initials. No thank you came. Ethan's birth was announced via text. Evelyn drove to the hospital, flowers in hand, only to be turned away at the door. "Immediate family only," the nurse said. Heartbroken, she left the bouquet and drove home in tears. Social media became her lifeline and her torture. Leela's Instagram was a showcase of perfection. Ethan in designer onesies, family portraits at ski resorts, birthday parties with balloon arches and custom cakes. "Our little family, #blessed," the captions read. No mention of grandma. Caleb came 2 years later, then Mia 3 years after that. Evelyn learned of their milestones through mutual friends or sneaky peeks at Facebook from a fake account. First steps, first words, school plays, all celebrated without her. Holidays were the worst. Thanksgiving. Evelyn roasted a small turkey, eating alone, imagining their feast. Christmas. She decorated a tree with ornaments Leela had made as a child. The phone silent.
Birthdays passed unmarked, except for the cards she sent that went unanswered. One Mother's Day, she broke. Sitting in her empty kitchen, she sobbed, clutching a photo of Leela as a toddler. "What did I do wrong?" she whispered. The answer was nothing, and everything. Travis had poisoned the well. "Your mom's too opinionated," he'd say. "She interferes." Leela, caught in the web of a controlling marriage, chose sides. The final blow came during a rare visit. "Mom, we need space," Leela said, eyes averted. "Travis thinks boundaries are important for our nuclear family." "Boundaries?" Evelyn echoed, hurt. "I'm your mother, not a stranger." "It's for the best," Leela replied, rehearsed. That was the last time they spoke. Life went on, a monotonous grind. Evelyn's baking business grew modestly. At the market, she found camaraderie. Vendors like Mr. Thompson, the honey seller, shared jokes. "Your pies could bring world peace, Evie." The older women formed a support group of sorts, swapping stories of absent children. "My daughter moved to California, calls on my birthday if she remembers." Evelyn shared bits of her tale, the pain easing with each telling. She volunteered at the local senior center, teaching baking classes to gray-haired folks like herself. It filled the void, somewhat. Nights were harder, staring at the ceiling, wondering about her grandkids. What did Ethan like to read? Did Caleb play sports? Was Mia as artistic as Leela had been? Health scares came. A bout of pneumonia landed her in the hospital for a week alone. Arthritis flared, making kneading dough agony. But she persevered, her pride intact. "I'm not broken," she'd tell her reflection. Then, the miracle, or curse, depending on the day. It started with a knock on a sweltering August afternoon. A geologist from Apex Energy, Mr. Ramirez, stood on her porch, hat in hand. "Ma'am, we've been surveying the area for oil. Your land shows promise. Mind if we test?" Evelyn, curious, agreed. Drills arrived, rumbling like thunder. Weeks later, Mr. Ramirez returned, grinning. "You've got a gusher, massive reserve. Royalties could be life-changing." Life-changing indeed. The contract signed, checks arrived. $2 million upfront, $50,000 monthly. Evelyn stared at the numbers, disbelieving. She hired a lawyer, an accountant, paid off the farmhouse mortgage, renovated, new roof, modern kitchen with a double oven, a sunroom for morning coffee. She bought comfortable furniture, a new TV, even a small library of books. But she kept baking, kept the market stall. "Don't want to forget where I came from," she told Miss Jenkins. Wealth brought attention. Neighbors stopped by with congratulations and requests. "Could you loan me a bit for my roof?" Evelyn gave selectively, to charities mostly, the food bank, animal shelter, scholarships for local kids. Rumors spread. Evelyn's sitting on a fortune. She knew it would reach Tulsa, and it did. The SUV arrived on a crisp October morning, dust clouding the drive. Evelyn was in the kitchen, rolling dough for pumpkin pies when she heard it. Peering out, she saw Leela, aged by stress, gray streaks in her hair, worry lines deep, Travis, rumpled suit, forced smile, and the kids. Ethan, 11, tall and lanky, Caleb, 9, with a mischievous grin, Mia, 6, clutching a teddy bear. Her heart pounded. Grandkids. Strangers with her blood. She opened the door, apron dusted with flour. "Well, this is unexpected." "Mom," Leela murmured, voice trembling. "Can we come in? We need to talk." Evelyn nodded, stepping aside. The house gleamed, marble counters, plush rugs, the scent of fresh pies. The kids' eyes widened. "Wow," Caleb whispered. "This is nice." "Sit," Evelyn said, pouring coffee for adults, milk for kids. She added cookies from the oven. Mia took one shyly. "Are you my grandma?" Evelyn's throat tightened. "Yes, sweetheart, I am." Travis cleared his throat, eyeing the room. "Evelyn, we heard about the oil. Congratulations. Quite the windfall." "Heard how?" Evelyn asked. "Social media or town gossip?" Leela fidgeted. "Mom, it's been too long. We're sorry for the silence. Life got complicated." 12 years complicated. 12 years of no calls, no visits, no acknowledgement I exist. The color drained from Leela's face. Travis jumped in. "Look, we made mistakes. Work was demanding, the kids kept us busy, but we're family. Blood ties us." Blood, Evelyn echoed bitterly. Funny how blood only flows when the wallet is empty. Leela's eyes filled with tears. Mom, please, we're in trouble. Travis's business, the real estate market crashed, we overextended, the house is in foreclosure, debts are piling up, credit cards, loans. We're living in a tiny apartment. The kids are suffering. Evelyn looked at the children, innocent in this mess. Ethan met her bays. Hi, Grandma. Mom says you make the best pies. She smiled sadly. I do. Want to help me bake later? He nodded, but she turned back to the adults. Tell me, why now? After ignoring my birthdays, holidays, the births of these beautiful kids? Travis shifted. We know we made mistakes. Work was demanding, the kids kept us busy, but we're family. Leela winced in pain. And cards could been enough, but no word at all.
Travis interjected. Evelyn, we were building our life. You disapproved of our choices, the house, the trips. It created tension. Disapproved? Evelyn's voice rose. I warned you about the lavish spending, the third car, the boat, the Hawaii vacations while I scraped by on market sales. We were ambitious, Travis said defensively. You called us reckless. Because you were, and you turned Lila against me. Mom's too meddlesome, you said. Boundaries for our nuclear family. Lila sobbed. Travis thought it was best. For our marriage. Best? Evelyn stood, pacing. Best to deny your children a grandmother? I knitted sweaters, bought toys, stored them in the attic, hoping. But hope died with each ignored call. The kids listened, confused. Mia climbed onto Evelyn's lap. Don't cry, Grandma. Evelyn hugged her, tears falling. I'm okay, sweetie. Travis pressed. We need $200,000 to save the house, pay debts. We'll pay back, promise. Evelyn laughed bitterly. Like the loan I gave for your down payment? Never saw a dime. Lila pleaded. Mom, for the kids, they're innocent. Evelyn pondered. The room silent, save for the tick of the clock. The oil had given her power, the power to choose. I'll help, she said finally. Lila's face lit up. Thank you, but not you. Trusts for the children. $1 million each for education, locked until 18. You can't touch it. Travis frowned. That's generous, but we need now. And I'll build a senior center in Willow Creek for elders like me, abandoned by family. Classes, support, a place to belong. Lila gasped. Mom, that's wonderful, but our home... No, Evelyn cut in. You made your choices. Live with them. I survived 12 years without you. Now you survive without my money. Travis stood, angry. You're bitter, punishing us. Not punishment, consequences. You taught me family is conditional. Now learn the lesson. Lila begged, please reconsider. We'll visit, rebuild. Evelyn shook her head. Words are cheap, actions speak. As the sun dipped, they left, the SUV kicking dust. Evelyn watched, a mix of sorrow and relief. Mia waved from the window. In the following months, Evelyn threw herself into the center. Groundbreaking in spring, a modern building with kitchens, libraries, activity rooms. Harper Haven, the sign read. She taught baking, listened to stories, found purpose. The trusts were set, lawyers ensuring integrity. Lila sent letters, apologies, updates. Divorcing Travis, therapy helping. Can the kids visit? Evelyn agreed. Summers brought laughter. Ethan learning to fish, Caleb gardening, Mia baking pies. Bonds formed, slow but real. Evelyn traveled too, to Europe, the Grand Canyon, seeing the world she'd missed. But home was Oklahoma, the land that gave her fortune. Reflecting on her porch one evening, stars overhead, she smiled. The oil was a gift, but the real wealth was resilience, chosen family, self-love. In Willow Creek's quiet,
She was rich beyond measure.